Yo, what is up guys, it's Ghost here, welcome back to the channel, again. I know, I've been making a lot of videos over the past day. What can I say, the news has been going bananas. And this one really came out of left field, it caught me completely unawares. This is a new data mine from Temporal, and apparently, Battlefield 2042, not 6, but 2042, is finally looking like it may receive the A10 Warthog as a vehicle. And not only that, it looks like it could be getting pretty much an entire mini season of content after the Battlefield 6 beta ends, which would sort of answer the question, what are we going to do or what are we going to play until Battlefield 6 releases? Now, I know, a lot of you find the anticipation of playing Battlefield 2042 or maybe even reinstalling it less than a mouth-watering event. But you know what? I'm still going to choose to look at this in a positive light. So we're going to get into all of the information here. As always, if you guys enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. I'm sure you expected me to put out a Battlefield 6 video today, and we are going to be playing a lot of Battlefield 6 and continuing, of course, to talk about Battlefield 6, so don't worry about that. And if you want to stay up to date with all that stuff, then make sure that you are subscribed. And as always, thank you guys so much for the support here. So this is what Temporal has to say. He says Battlefield 2042 may be getting a surprisingly big, maybe final, content update soon. Now, there is a new map, and the new map, apparently, is going to be Iwo Jima, which is from Battlefield 5, and this was actually one of, maybe even my favourite map from the game, especially in Breakthrough. This was added in with the Pacific update. They also added in some of the new planes there, and that's sort of when I came back to Battlefield as a content creator. I took a long hiatus between, Battlefield 1 and 5. I came back at the tail end of BF5, and that's what was going on, the Pacific update, and I actually really enjoyed it. Now, not only that, but there's also some new weapons coming. So first of all, the prototype River Dweller, whatever that is. Then we have the KFS 2000, which is the FNF 2000, another favourite there from past Battlefield games, like Battlefield 4. And then we have the GM6 Lynx. And this is why I think this data mine actually could be legit. Well, first of all, Temporal generally doesn't get things wrong. Sometimes he will data mine things that never come to fruition. He finds them in the files, and for whatever reason, DICE decides to do a 180, or maybe it was just something they were testing, and it doesn't end up in the game. Sometimes it ends up in the game months and months later. But take a look at this. This is a splash screen capture here of somebody who seemingly logged into Battlefield 2042, and I think what happened here is DICE did a bit of a boo-boo, and this appeared a little bit too early. And as you'll notice there, it says, Lynx Sniper Rifle, lock and load for our biggest open beta yet. Get all the intel you need in order to dominate the open beta and earn the new Lynx Sniper Rifle. And there's even a timer here, right? So this appeared actually, I think this was 3 days and 18 hours before the open beta even released. So maybe originally this was planned to be like something that you can earn in the open beta. You redeem this reward, and then you're going to get access to it once this season or like mini event rolls around. I do expect this to be basically an event pass. So what DICE have been doing with Battlefield 2042 for the past month, since they basically gave out the last season of the game and said that they were done, is they've been every now and again releasing these event passes where it's like a miniature battle pass. Instead of having 100 tiers, I think it only has, is it 20 tiers to it? You can purchase those, they're cosmetic only of course, but within there I can imagine we'll be unlocking, some of these weapons. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, there is also 2 new Vault vehicles coming, and those are the A10 Warthog and the SU-25TM Frogfoot. Now, a lot of you will know that these two both already exist in the game. They are, of course, in Portal, and when they talk about Vault vehicles or Vault weapons, they basically port them over, well, from Portal into the all-out warfare and, essentially rebalance them to make them work and be applicable in those game modes. They've already done it once with the Black Hawk helicopter, and I remember talking to Eddie on Twitter, the lead vehicles designer, saying, when can we get the A10 Warthog? And he sort of posted and said, what is it about the A10 Warthog? Why does everybody want to see that vehicle come back to the game? I'm just curious, he said. So I gave him my take on it, which is that it's just one of the most iconic aircraft in the world, and it has a special part in my heart in the Battlefield franchise specifically. It's the sound of freedom, man. I don't know, I've just had so many good times on my channel, streaming Battlefield 4, playing Battlefield 4, making content on it. For those of you who don't know, I used to be basically like the jet guy, like the vehicle guy in Battlefield 4. My channel has changed a lot since then, but that doesn't mean I don't like flying around in jets. So I'm super excited for that. And then we also here have some Pax Armata themed cosmetics coming in. So I have to say, I don't think anybody expected this. Now, before we all get too excited, let's just remind ourselves, this is a data mine. This isn't official. It's not coming from DICE. It's not coming from EA. It's just coming from Temporal. So if we're going to see this, when we're going to see this, I really couldn't tell you guys. But it does seem pretty probable that if we're getting Battlefield 6 on the 10th of October, well, I mean, they have to release it before then, right? Otherwise, what is the point? Nobody's going to come back and play this once Battlefield 6 is out in the open, but it is certainly going to be a pull for new players who've maybe now just come to the Battlefield franchise with the Battlefield 6 beta, and they find themselves asking, what do I do now for the next 2 months before Battlefield 6 releases? They drop a discount on Battlefield 2042 and all the other Battlefield games, and simultaneously they drop this mini season here with a new map, new weapons, and new vehicles. I mean, I'd say it's probably like 90-something% sure that that's what they've got planned for us. I don't want to say 100% guys, because you know how these things go, but keep your ear to the channel, so to speak, and I'll be sure to fill you guys in if I hear anything more on this. So as you guys will know, the beta is starting very early in the morning. I'm going to be up playing the game, streaming the game. It's going to be really interesting this time because we actually now have this search functionality for the matchmaker, so we can hopefully find the maps and the game modes that we actually want to play. So I'll be live both on YouTube and also on Twitch if you guys still need the cosmetic drops from there. I hope to see some of you there. Thank you guys as always for watching the video. If you want to stay up to date with everything Battlefield, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.